Have you ever found yourself in a situation where telling the truth might put you in danger? Or maybe you have faced a moment when lying seemed easier than being honest. What if I told you that one honest act could open doors you never knew existed? Today, I will share a story about a man whose simple choice to tell the truth changed his life forever. By the end of this video, you'll understand the incredible power of honesty in ways you never imagined. So hello and welcome to Way to Enlightenment, where we share profound wisdom and inspirational stories that will lead you to a happy life. Let's dive into the story, which teaches us that even when the truth is hard to speak, honesty has the power to change our lives in the most unexpected ways. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by lush green hills, there lived a man who walked the path of darkness. This man was a thief. Though skilled and successful in his trade, he carried a heavy heart. Even though he had become a thief to survive, deep down, he knew that his way of life wasn't right. One day, as the sun began to set and the village grew quiet, a humble monk arrived at the thief's door. The monk, who had been traveling all day, needed a place to rest for the night. Not knowing the man's true identity, the monk gently asked, "May I stay in your home for the night?" Surprised, the thief hesitated. But something in the monk's calm, peaceful presence made the thief feel safe, so he welcomed the monk inside. That night, the monk ate a simple meal, shared kind words, and slept peacefully in the thief's home. The next morning, before leaving, the monk wanted to offer the thief a gift. But this gift wasn't something material, it was wisdom. The monk said, "Thank you for your kindness. In return, I offer you a simple teaching. The 5 precepts of life. If you follow these precepts, your life will change for the better." The thief was curious but skeptical. "And what are these precepts?" he asked. The monk replied, "They are simple guidelines. Do not kill, do not steal, do not lie, do not engage in wrongful conduct, and do not intoxicate your mind." The thief's heart sank. How could he follow these precepts when stealing was his way of life? He politely told the monk, "These rules sound noble, but they are impossible for me to follow." The monk smiled and said, "If 5 precepts are too many, then you can start with just 1. Can you promise me this? Do not lie. Always tell the truth no matter what." The thief paused. He thought to himself, "Telling the truth, that doesn't seem too hard." He agreed and said, "I will keep that promise. I will not lie." The monk said, "Remember, honesty is more powerful than you ever imagined." He smiled, blessed him, and went on his way. That night, the thief returned to his old ways. As darkness fell, he put on his black clothes and made his way to the palace, where he planned to steal the king's precious diamonds. But as fate would have it, that very night, the king was walking the grounds of his palace in disguise, trying to understand the lives of his people. The thief, while sneaking into the palace, bumped into the king, who was dressed like a common man. The king, not revealing his true identity, stopped the thief and asked, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?" The thief, remembering his promise to the monk, felt a wave of fear wash over him. Should he lie to protect himself? Or should he keep his promise and tell the truth? After a moment of inner struggle, the thief replied honestly, "I am a thief. I came here to steal diamonds from the king's treasury." The king was stunned. How many people, especially thieves, would admit their crimes so openly? Impressed by the man's honesty, the king said, "You've told me the truth. If you go in and steal the diamonds, give me half, and I won't turn you over to the guards." The thief agreed, not knowing that this common man was the king himself. The thief entered the palace and found 3 sparkling diamonds. But how could he divide 3 diamonds in half? So he decided to leave 1 diamond behind and took only 2. When he exited the palace, he gave 1 diamond to the mysterious man as promised. The next morning, the king ordered his ministers to inspect the treasury. The head minister, finding only 1 diamond left, pocketed it for himself and hid it in his home. He came to the king and said, "Your Majesty, I regret to inform you that all 3 of the king's prized diamonds have been stolen." But the king knew better. He had witnessed the thief's honesty firsthand. He knew that the remaining diamond must have been in the treasury itself. The king ordered his guards to inspect the minister's home. Upon inspection, the guards found that diamond in minister's home. When King realized this, he dismissed the dishonest minister in front of the entire royal court, and, in an astonishing turn of events, summoned the thief to the court. The thief trembled before the king, expecting severe punishment, but to his surprise, the king praised his honesty. The king said, "You, a thief, showed more integrity than my own minister. For your honesty, I will not punish you. I offer you a new life. From this day forward, you shall be my new minister, a man I can trust." Overwhelmed with disbelief, the thief accepted the king's offer. His life had changed completely, not because of his cunning or skill, but because of one simple act of honesty. The thief realized that honesty had the power to transform his life in ways he never imagined. He remembered the monk's words and said to himself, "The monk was right. Honesty is more powerful than I ever thought." This story teaches us that no matter how deep we may be in our struggles or mistakes, honesty can light the way forward. In a world where dishonesty and shortcuts may seem tempting, let's remember the power of truth. Honesty is more than just telling the truth. It's about living truthfully in everything we do. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, and opens doors to opportunities we never saw coming. So, the next time you're faced with a difficult choice, remember that honesty, even when it feels risky, is always the right path. It's what helps us grow into better versions of ourselves. If you enjoyed this story and found it inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this video with your friends and family, and let's spread the message of honesty far and wide. Also, leave a comment down below. How has honesty impacted your life? I'd love to hear your stories. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories like this one. Thank you for watching,